Welcome to our Rolemaster Actual play session. Ain't No Place for a Hero is a campaign set in the world of Duranarki, the continent of men. A gritty, cutthroat world where politics, sorcery, religion, and commerce are all intertwined and reign supreme. Treachery and murder both come cheap, and characters need to be both smart and ruthless to survive. We hope you enjoy our story, and, as always, may the dice roll in your favor. This is episode 79 of Ain't No Place for a Hero. Having now escaped the eerie tropical island, our heroes have decided to seek more information about their mission from the retired diplomat Ningwin. We pick up the story as the hero party venture into Ningwin's home, which is under attack. Hello, I'm Chris, otherwise known as GM Chance, and welcome to our story. These are the characters, the 6 characters that will thrill us, delight us, and entertain us tonight with their antics. What will happen with the session, I wonder? In a minute or so, I'm going to ask each one of the players that play these characters to introduce the characters they're playing, and then also answer a character development question. Earlier in the week, I send out 3 or 4 questions out to all of the players to mull over and think over, and then we answer a couple of questions off camera, and then we answer, as we're about to in a second, so the players answer in a second one of these questions. The questions are designed to provoke some thoughts, some further insights, some different ways of thinking about the character that the players are playing, both for their own benefit, for my benefit as a GM, and also for their fellow players. Before I do, 2 very quick notes. The first is a massive thank you again to our loyal viewers and the people that watch this channel. I've just been blown away. I do the uploading and the social media bits and bobs around this channel, and I'm constantly blown away by the generosity and the kindness that people offer. They give us compliments, they give us tips, they give us suggestions of things we can improve, but they just show interest in our story. This is our hobby after all, this is something we do for fun, and it's really nice to be able to share it with the world. So thank you, one and all, and fantastic that we've got people that are having fun and enjoying what we do. The one request is, if you are enjoying it, if you get something out of it, find yourself laughing, or if you find yourself getting invested in the story, or if, as a GM, you learn something, something that you can use for your game, please, our request to you is a like, or even better, a subscribe down below. A couple of seconds from you, clicking a mouse button really does make a big difference to the channel, and it helps other people find our story. Thank you. The other thing to note as well is this is episode 79, I think. We started episode 1 way back in July 2020. We weren't recording at that stage. We only started recording about 6 months ago. So to fill people in of what's happened previously in the story, again, down below in the description of this video is a link to a 5-minute overview of just a flavour of what the story is about, and what's gone on behind previously. And then there's a slightly longer, lots of images, not a lot of reading, but a really nice PDF which explains a bit more. So if you want to kind of catch up on what's happened previously, have a look at those 2 links down below. Righty-ho, let's get moving. First, to introduce their character tonight is Alex. Take it away, Alex.
Kia ora, my name's Alex, and I play Keros. She's a really cool character to play. She is a North woman. She's quite childlike in appearance and maybe emotionally as well. She's a bit emotionally labile, hard on the sleeve, strong moral compass, sort of social justice orientated kind of person. She's a storm mage, and which is really fun. So she gets to do some cool stuff like throw some shock bolts and ice bolts and build some ice walls, which helps, when you're stranded on an island and about to die of thirst. Just the picture of everyone lining up and licking an ice wall just brings me joy. She has a wee companion called Victory, who is a very important part of the team. Victory was rescued earlier on in the piece, and the whole team contributed to that, which was amazing. So Victory trots along next to us. And she's got a range of really cool spells, and she just tries her best. So pretty cool character to play. So the question I'm going to answer is, what is a positive trait or habit about another party member that your character likes, and why? Well, Keros just loves everything and everyone, and this might be an unusual like, but she really admires Mythan, which I know is going to shock people because they're chalk and cheese. She doesn't particularly like Mythan as a person, but she really admires how Mythan is just 100% herself. There's no rubbish. She's not a people pleaser, which Keros is, and she just really doesn't care what other people think. And I think Keros is at the stage now where she's starting to be a bit more selfish, or trying to be. And she just admires, she sees that as a positive trait, not a negative, although obviously it has sometimes negative consequences. So she really admires Mythan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Who next? Alex,
I'll go.
Oh, you're going to choose who goes next. Go for it. Go for it, Graham.
Oh, right. Yes, I'm Graham, and I'm playing two characters in this game, the first of whom is Neathanel. And have we got a screen up, Chris?
Oh, I thought I did. Yes, there's a screen up. Can others see that?
I can.
Yes.
Yes, I've got it.
I might do a restart in a minute. But anyway, Neathanel, she is a elf and is a red-headed elf who is a class of character profession called Ambient, which mixes sneaky skills with fighting skills with spell skills, and she's quite an intense woman who is quite intelligent. She speaks a whole heap of languages, quite complex in her religious beliefs, and one of her sort of key traits is to attempt to stab people in the back. That's what she enjoys most, really, about life. For that reason, I think if she had a catchphrase, I think it would be "I've always got your back," which is something she might say, just with a little wry smile to herself. Second character, Etienne. He is also a bit of a religious fundamentalist. However, on the other side of the coin is all about love. He worships Aphrodite. He is a genitrist, a holy warrior, and a follower of Aphrodite. He was a half-elf, strikingly beautiful man, extremely charming, tends to melt hearts wherever he goes, and he's a good old sod, really. He's got very strong values about supporting people's kind of freedom and interests and liberty to be themselves, and certainly takes a very dim view of incarceration, slavery, or any kind of oppression. Likewise, a catchphrase. Well, he's got a lot, to be fair. He's spouting this stuff the whole bloody time. He's quite, he's caught up in verse most of the time, and he's often muttering under his breath and often shouting out as he goes into combat. I guess if there was one phrase that he kind of thinks sums it all up, it's "Love has the face of a goddess, but the talons of a lion," and that's Etienne there.
Love that. He's also very sadly missing a hand at the moment, which
There is that, but we don't like to mention it.
we don't. Who's next? Graham, you get to pick.
I shall pass over to our Demos.
Kia ora, I'm Mason and I play Demos. He's so he's a big, beautiful mixed man. Very kind, very loyal. Not great at talking, not the best communicator. But he's a great fighter. Will look after the party for as long as he can. He really enjoys the company, and he's liked kind of how they've been very welcoming to him since he joined, because he's a relatively new recruit. Yeah. So his question: what is a positive trait or habit that another party member that your character likes, and why? He really likes how Kyros kind of advocates for everyone, like particularly those who can't do it themselves or just don't know how to do it for themselves. It reminds him a lot of the princess that he used to look after, and he thinks there's such an important place in the world for people like that. It's just something he really admires, and he thinks there's a real strength to being able to do that and to speak up for people, because he's not great with his words, so he doesn't know how to kind of do it himself, so he thinks it's really admirable and just like really cool and amazing.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you. And there is only one last left to go.
Yeah. Go Pete.
Kia ora, I'm Peter. That was a lovely comment,
It was.
Demos. And I'll be playing two characters. The first one is Leif, who is a half-elf warrior mage. So he uses his long sword and shield when he's fighting, but can also use magic when he's got enough power points, which he doesn't at the moment. Because we've been going for non-stop for a while now. We've started sort of this run of activity on the island, and we haven't had sleep since then. So, a few of us might be down in power points. He's a really friendly guy, and he cares about people. The question I'm going to answer for him is: what is a creature or foe that your character has already faced that frightens them most, and why? Easily, the scariest thing was when we were up in Cropelin in the north of this world, and these portals opened, and celestial and demonic creatures came out and started to just destroy our party, like literally, and there was nothing we could do. We attempted to fight them, but it was so quick, and we were powerless to stop them. I think actually two of our party, had actually died, but then luckily other portals opened up, and other celestial and demonic beings came through and fought the other ones off and restored our dead members to health. But that was a really scary experience, because we were so powerless to stop to defend ourselves, but also it was so out of the blue, and still don't quite get the connection. That's still, for Leif and with them, still a huge question about what's that connection to our party. The other character I'm playing is Mithan, and thank you to Kyros for that comment about Mithan. She lives her own life and isn't a friendly person. She is a ranger, quite a tall and ungainly sort of woman, and she's just not a people person. That's part of her personality, but also through bad experiences, and the history has not been good. In which case, her catchphrase would be sort of a flat look at someone, and I don't care, And they're sort of lucky to get words from her. If just would tend to walk away. I mean, more and more she's warming to this party, and because there's loyalty and there is overt caring. We put our lives on the line for each other, and so that doesn't go unnoticed. Yep.
Excellent. Thank you very much, one and all. There we have it, gentle viewer. those are our 6 heroes for the session. Before we kick off, a bit of a recap, please. Pete, Graham, Mason, Alex, take it away. I'll pop up some images from time to time as well.
Cool. In the session before last, we arrived on the island of Darn to try and connect with someone called Ningwin, a retired politician or diplomat, and we'd got to the base of this tower and found that her residence was under attack. And in last session, in the session before, we'd also discovered sort of the nature of the attack was probably the T-Cross people, these the UPP political movement people, the spies, our Irini Chonta and some nasty people, particularly Professor Urswick or Torvash Kanali, who had us tortured. So we discovered who was attacking Ningwin. And in last session, Keros and Neathanol were invisible and went flying up to see if they could ascertain what was happening in the large tower. Do you want to describe what happened, Graham?
Sure. I think we took off up the smaller of the towers on the left there, and we were trying to sort of get a sense of peeking in and seeing what was going on. Didn't hear anything in there. Followed the bridge across, as you can see, nothing really going on there. A few dead people, however. Signs of a recent battle, which we expected. Top tower on fire. When that was actually where we intended to go. We thought that perhaps Ningwin would retreat up to the top there. However, we heard sounds of fighting from behind the tower, and so we deviated and went around. And there's a bit round the other side of the tower is another very slender bridge like the one you can see on the left, that one extending into the cliff face on the right, at which point, given the battle seemed to have moved on past the tower, and there didn't seem to be much going on between where we left the rest of the party and where we had flown to, Neathanol and Keros, both invisible and flying, elected that perhaps it was wise to go back for the party. So Neathanol landed on the bridge and remained there and advanced to investigate. Keros returned to raise the rest of the party.
And meanwhile, the rest of the party, Mithan and Riswati, snuck down to the pathway down to where we assumed this raiding party, these troops, had come from, and saw that there was a reserve force down on the beach with the boat, and quite a large reserve force. So we decided we weren't going to go and try and steal ships to find a way off the island or sort of ambush them. Too many. We went back up, and there was a dying man, one of the attackers, and listened to him, Yorin, and he had described how actually many of his companions were killed in their assault on the tower. I think it was through murder holes and caught between two portcullises, and tar or burning oil had been dropped on them. So not a nice situation. So that changed our mind, the rest of the party's mind, about venturing into the tower, and because their numbers were obviously had been reduced. So at about that point, Keros came back and passed on the same message. Let's get in there, actually. So yeah, we went up through the smaller tower, went across the bridge, went through the lower parts of the large tower, and have come out the other side, and are now on the bridge where we believe that in the vicinity of where we left Neathanol.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Anything else to add by anybody else? Great summation, I think, guys. Oh, alrighty. Start the game. Perfectly described. Thank you. So, if you imagine, and I'm not sure actually if Demos you saw, or maybe you did, Mason, if you saw this, but if you imagine the tower, the first tower that you came up, and yes, as described, you came through and you found these people that had been caught in murder holes. What is a murder hole? For those that don't know, they were defenses in castles. basically holes above, and you'd try to trap people, as happened in this case, with 2 portcullises, 2 gates that came down either side, and then the people up above chuck horrible things at you. So tar, boiling water, red hot sand was another good trick. Spears, rocks, whatever. Alright, so as just describing, this is the tower. Oops, no, you can't see. This was the tower that you came up. You went along the bridge. You went through this quite beautiful, quite palatial complex. Some of the rooms that you went through, like this. And increasingly, as you go through, by the way, the rooms that you go through are increasingly more almost organic. Like they start off very marbled and quite structured and very human in their design. And then increasingly, the further you go along, so coming out to the bridge, increasingly there's more organic things, so pieces of artwork or balustrades which look more and more like forest or trees, or actually, like such as that image there, actually having parts of foliage growing up inside the complex. So the styles kind of blend into one as you go through. So coming through this complex, you've come out to the other side, and as you came through these various rooms, you came out to about here. Sorry, a bit further along, I should say. And all of this was one gigantic tunnel. So you went through lots and lots of different rooms. As you investigated down here, you could definitely smell smoke from, you're presuming, the burning complex above you. You didn't see any flames, but you thought you might have distantly heard some, the sound of quite a large fire burning somewhere. Once you'd gone through this complex of different rooms, you then came out to a pretty straight, pretty long tunnel, which you would estimate kind of started around there and came all the way out and exited here, just hopefully where the cursor is. You can see the cursor, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Right. Quite a nerve-wracking tunnel to go down, because it was one straight line. There was really nowhere to hide, nowhere to... no deviations. There were a couple of small side passages that went off, but they ended up being dead ends. Quite nerve-wracking to come out of there, but you finally got to the other end of it, and you found yourself, or you find yourselves, I should say, everybody bar Neathanol, in almost like a small crater, a small, a crater, a dell, probably the best description. And this is a side view of it. So if you imagine that bridge there continues all the way along, and again we're seeing a side view of it. And yes, there is a bridge that goes along to a building that's now right in front of you, and I'll come to the building in a second. And the building is supported by one set of columns, 2 sets of columns, and then at the other end there is this quite beautiful, almost Baroque style building that is set into the rock face. The rock, by the way, is very, very tall. I should have drawn this last time. We'll draw it here. What color is it? Black. It continues up. So this crater continues up and up and up like this. Very, very tall. So you're standing here. The building in front of you has a glassed roof, from what you can see. It's frosted glass, so you can't see inside it. Over here is the bridge. Here are your characters, all except Neathanol, who of course is not with you. Just zoom out a smidge. There we go. So the bridge there, behind, just where Neathanol is, goes into this long tunnel, this slightly nerve-wracking tunnel that you went down. And in front of you is this building. And Keros, you saw, actually, you would have seen from your flying ventures with Neathanol some 15, 20 minutes earlier, that beyond this building is another bridge. Yep. And beyond that bridge, not far beyond that bridge, is that rock wall there. Does that make sense? So you're on this bridge, you're at this end, you're right here, and this building set on pylons. Now the distance down to the ground is quite a drop, 150, maybe 200 foot, and directly below you is gardens, and you can see a couple of fountains, etc. there. Reasonably wild gardens, so a lot of the jungle that you've been going through, it hasn't been that well tended. It has been reasonably well tended here, but not for the majority of this crater. So that's where we're going to begin, and we'll hand talking stick over particularly to Demos and Keros. Your characters have just come out. The distance between the structure in front of you is 160 foot, 170 foot. You can see here in front of you that there are stairs. So you come along the bridge, and there are stairs that go up and up. There are these circular parts of the building, and there are two double doors, and you can just make out that one of them is slightly ajar. That's where we begin. What happens, please, guys?
Do we feel like the bridge is fairly solid?
Yes. Yep, well made, solid. It's very, very similar to this one. Not as high. This one here is much, much higher, obviously. The other thing about this bridge, the one that you're on, is it doesn't have a roof. But otherwise, similar construction. Pretty wide, as you can see there. It's wide enough, easily wide enough for 4 characters to stand across it. And yes, it's well constructed. It's 15 foot wide. Pretty big.
I think we should just go and have a nap in the gardens and see if there's some berries and frolic and make daisy chains and forget our troubles.
Sure thing.
We should probably have a little natter.
Okay.
We've got a door that's partially open, which is never a good sign, I think, in this game. Yeah, what time of day is it?
Yeah, good point. It's, if you remember when you arrived on the Isle of Darn, you came on the one of the longboats from the ship that took you there. Nathan, you had an interesting incident with a person from your past. When you arrived, it was very late afternoon. It's not quite dusk yet, so it's still daylight, but just. You would imagine in the next hour or so, it will be full twilight and then dark after that. So very late in the day. The shadows are definitely lengthening.
We probably need to decide what we're going to do for the evening. Which side? Are we going to cross the bridge? Yeah, I'd be keen for a chat.
Okay.
As we know, Keros does not make smart decisions in this world.
Demos, what do you think?
I mean, we definitely need to speak to Ningwin. So, although, yeah, I guess conscious of PowerPoints. I mean, I feel like we should just. I think we should just head over.
Okay, great.
Albeit cautiously, but yeah, you'd want to talk to the party first.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we do some perception rolls, maybe?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Sure. Give me some rolls, guys. Just give me 2 seconds while I bring up those. All right, let's start with Demos. Demos, what's your perception, please? What is your roll and what's your perception? Actually, better yet, if you guys can do the mental calculations, or if you've got a calculator, and just give me the final. Actually, no, hang on, because these are masked. Sorry, take that back. 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 Of course, they're masked. Demos, what was your roll, please?
Rolled a 55.
Thank you.
And his perception is plus 40.
40. Okay. Excellent, lovely. Moving on through Keros.
Karis rolled a 54.
Yep.
And her perception is 36.
Cool. Lovely. Leif.
Leif rolled a 71, and his perception is 40.
Okay. And Nathan?
Nathan rolled a 51.
Yep.
And her perception is 75.
Cool. And then lastly, Etienne, please.
Etienne rolled a 93.
Are you with us, Graham?
Just merrily talking to myself. Yes, Pete is entirely correct. Plus 15.
Cool. Okay. So, all of you are peering, looking, listening, sniffing around. Yeah, no one really notice. No one sees anything specifically that I haven't already described about the building in front of you, other than just noticing that it's got this door open at the top. You obviously can't see the full door because if you can see on screen, there are a set of stairs going that way, a set of stairs going that way, and then there's a balcony up here, a solid stone balcony. So you can see kind of half of the doors, the upper half of the doors, and yes, one of those doors is open. About the only other things to note, Mithan and Demos, you're pretty sure you both heard the very distant sounds of combat. A scream, certainly. Mithan, you're certain about that. And Demos, you think you might have heard a scream or a yell. You can't determine which. And the clash of metal. And the direction that it has come from is indeed the other side of this building, further across this bridge. So again, into this quite beautiful Baroque building here. Oh, one last thing that you do note as well, and it's Mithan that you spot it. You see wisps of smoke coming out of this Baroque building here on the other side. Other than that, nothing, and certainly nothing to note about the building in front of you. What do you do?
Mithan will pass her observations on to everyone.
Okay.
Yep.
What happens? The suggestion from Demos was to go forward and to investigate. Do you follow that up? How do you do it?
I think we need to think about sleeping and where we're going to be at night time. I don't know, do we sleep on a bridge? Do we sleep in the foliage across the way? Yeah, that's what Karis would be thinking. And PowerPoints.
Would be nice to regain PowerPoints, definitely.
Yeah.
But it would be also nice to meet up again with Neathanel.
Yeah, totally. Kind of left her somewhere.
Yeah.
Hopefully alive. Well, she got introduced at the start of the game, so I'm hoping she's still alive.
What was Kiros's understanding of the communication? Was it that we were to come up and sort of find Neathanil again? Well, that was the expectation, was it? Okay,
Yep.
so we've got at least
bring
to
the
do that.
party back together. Yep.
Yeah, okay, so we've got at least to do that.
Okay. So what do you do?
I think we should pull weapons and move across the bridge, personally.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Happy to have Leif and Etienne in front. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I think that's been our sort of order. Leif and Etienne in front, Demos behind with his long weapon, and then Nathan and with her bow and Kiros. Yeah, does that work?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And you start.
Karis will have his sword. Yep.
You start heading your way across. Okay. Watching, looking, listening. Yeah, about here. There's quite a loud clang of metal. Distant, very, very distant. You all hear it this time, and it's coming from beyond over here, this kind of Baroque building. You all hear it. You continue walking across the bridge. You get to here. Graham, I am mindful of the message you sent as well. Once you're here, what do you do, please?
If you say they're fountains, those two round structures either side there?
About 150 foot down.
Ah, so there's no water at the top?
But not that you can see. So if you imagine these are down on the ground 150 foot below you. There's a set of stairs which go up here, and obviously you can't see what's on top of here. And a set of stairs that go up here. You can see a round bit of this building here, the outline of this building here, the double doors as described, this balustrade here, stone balustrade, and there's a balustrade there, stone balustrade there. But yeah, the fountains are 150 foot below you.
Yeah, sorry, I missed that. The fountains and the gardens, is that right?
Yes. The fountains and the
sorry, I
garden.
completely missed that. So it's just the building up in the air,
Correct.
not the green stuff.
Correct.
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, yeah. No,
Correct.
that's much clearer.
So if you go to here, the fountains are here.
Yeah.
You guys are on the bridge up here. Yep. Does that make sense? Yep.
So there's no way to get down to the gardens or... Both those stairs go to the top of that structure.
Correct.
Not one goes down to the...
Correct.
We can only go through the building.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Or up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct. So they go
I
up.
was thinking we could go and
Yeah, go
snuggle
around the
behind
garden.
her. Yeah. Okay. I wonder if we should... I don't know how smart it is, separate, a couple go up one side and a couple go up the other, away from the open doors to check out what's on top? Or do we just go in through the doors? I don't know.
I mean, the doors are up on top.
Yes.
Sorry, I feel like I'm going towards the doors. Sorry.
So to explain again, you are down at a... That's all right. It's all good. You're down at a lower level here, at the level of the bridge, yes? The bottom step is here on the bottom on the bridge. You would walk up here to get up here. So this is the top part of the stairs, and this is the top part of the stairs. There is a balustrade above you at the top part of the stairs, and on the same area where the balustrade is, there's one door, two doors. Yep. Does that make more sense now?
Yep, thank you.
Yep.
Well, we've got no choice but to go up, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Do we split or do we go one side?
Should we stay together?
I think. Yeah. And
Just in case.
I mean, are the stairs wide enough for us to stay together?
Let's have a look.
I mean, they look it.
Two people could go up. Yeah.
Yep. And we're in a 2 by 1 by 2 formation.
Stay in formation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which side do we want?
Left. Looks good.
Left, okay, left it is. So you cautiously go up, get to the top. You get a much, you're that much taller again, probably another 15, 20 foot up. Up here, you see for the first time, there are some seats here. There's a small fountain here and a small fountain here. There are windows here. And windows here, 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 and you can't see around that side. And at this moment, Graham, can you just check out Neathanel's channel, please?
We can see a channel.
You can. Thank you. Lovely. Thank you. I always do that. I always do that. You can't see it now, however.
Pete, you're so honest. Oh my goodness.
Just going into your channel now.
What are those windows? Are they like a glass house or a...
Well, it's got a glass roof, isn't it? But I want to know, but the glass roof was frosted. I don't know about these windows.
Like domes. So I wonder if the dome of it is frosted and whether those windows...
Might be clear. Also, I mean, I'm picturing us flipping the party, wouldn't we? We'd have Leif and Etienne closest to the doors, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we would have gone up the stairs and just minor detail, but just in case.
Important though, very important.
Just coming and going. And
Yeah, I'll see DJ Chance typing.
Have a little rest on the seats, enjoy the gardens. Hopefully someone brings out cocktails.
all right. Yeah. What do you do?
I think it's so. Just a minor detail would be switched around, Chris.
Okay.
We would have come up the stairs with the melee fighters at the front.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a biggie.
It might be a biggie. Might be a very big biggie.
Okay. So the melee fighters are
People
So
people with a few more hits, perhaps.
Yep. So bang, 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 bang. Okay. That's interesting, Graham. It's very interesting.
Well, yeah, it could be worse.
It could be worse. Could be. What's her bonus again, please?
114.
You.
Have you done another one of your stellar rolls?
Oh, I tell you what, I'm having an absolute mare here.
Jesus.
There's something about this room that doesn't really agree with me. That's just...
You've had rotten luck. Rotten luck.
And it continues.
Okay. All right. Just...
Look, you know, it could be worse. I can hear a singing going on. Must try harder. Red biro.
Okay. All right. Describe what the party outside the door do, please. Oh, that's immediately, Graham?
In good, when she has a full turn to do so.
Okay. She doesn't wait for anything else to happen first?
No. Just
right.
when, she's got a full complete turn.
All right. So she's okay. So there's no other kind of trigger event for her or whatever. Okay.
No.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. Well, let me know when you want me to talk.
Yes. Well, I'll just go to the rest of the party first. what do Leif and what does the rest of the party do? So you're up at the top of the stairs. Nothing has, you haven't seen or heard anything from anywhere. What do you do?
I'd like to sneaky look through the windows, like stealth. So they're domed, are they? That looks to me like a dome top, which is frosted. Did you say?
Yeah, the entire roof is kind of frosted glass. Yes.
And the windows around the side, are they frosted?
It's a really good question.
The answer is no.
The answer is I actually don't know. I'm going to say the rest of it is. I'm going to say there is a 25% chance the windows are frosted. Exclamation mark R space D100. If I roll 25 or under, they're frosted. If I don't, they're clear. Oh, hang on. Actually, no. No, you did. You saw through them. Yeah. No, they're not frosted. They're not frosted. So, Keros, you'd like a stalk up here, is that right?
Do you want Mathan to do that?
Actually, I don't have a stalk and hide. Yeah, good plan, team.
Where do you go, Mathan?
Which window were you suggesting, Keros? Sorry, because you're leading this.
The closest, I think. The closest.
Yep. Okay.
It's round, right? So, yeah.
So, Mathan, give me a... I mean, you've all made some noise coming up the stairs, so up to you whether you want to make a stalk or not. It's kind of immaterial.
Should we just do perception, maybe?
Up to you, yeah.
I mean, we haven't been quiet exactly, have we?
No. M.E.R.P.
26.
26. Mast, of course.
75.
Thank you.
This is looking and listening, isn't it?
Yes, of course. No, it's everything. 75. Cool. All right. And Graham, once I resolve this for Mathan, you're good to go in a second. So, yeah, you look in. Realistically, what could you see?
Not a floating neathanol?
Not a floating neathanol. You see... Where's she looking? Yeah, there we go. So you look in there. Yeah. So you see... What's your field of vision? Kind of like that.
It looks like a really nice Art Deco hotel, which you should take me for dinner in.
Is that addressed to the party? I mean...
Keros would like to be wooed.
Yeah, from that vantage point, I'm probably being a bit generous with what she can see. But, Mathan, peering through, you can see, quite a beautiful room. It's got a couple of, a line of pillars here that you can see, a line of pillars here. There's quite a beautiful garden in the center. There's a set of stairs, so that's the high point here, and they go down. There are only 3 stairs, very small. There's another set of stairs that go up here, and you can see another set of stairs which go... You probably can't see the stairs, but you can see a balcony over here. At the very end of the room, she can see from that angle, yeah, I guess she can, kind of like a dais area and 2 double doors at the end. That's all she can see at the moment. And right now, Ethanol. Go, Ethanol.
So she'd like to attempt an... Can I speak freely?
Yes, you can.
She would like to attempt an ambush, please.
Thought you might. Just coming. Ethanol and it's that guy. Cool. And roll the attack.
And she may as well, just because she can, do a quiet kill. If indeed that is what eventuates. If it doesn't, obviously it's not relevant.
Yep.
But other than that, yeah.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Okay. So this is stabbing from behind with a short sword. She gets surprise. So I'm going to give you plus 20 for surprise. She gets a rear attack. Roll the dice, please.
82. Bring it on.
just when you needed a good roll.
Yeah.
Okay. That he
Where's
does.
that gone, Graham?
He doesn't get any.
Sorry?
Doesn't get any DB because he's completely unaware of this. That is a monstrous 248 was the final roll. Let me just, and there's definitely going to be overkill here. And remember, we're applying these new overkill rules. So everything over 150 divided by 10, you add that on to your critical. This could be quite devastating. Short sword on armor type 10. Okay. So you do 26 hits in an E, definitely, and a.
So how many hits?
Just coming 26 hits.
Thanks.
With an E and a C. You also get divided by 10. In addition to your ambush, because you would definitely get ambushed because you approached unsuspectingly, you get +9 to your critical. Rounded up actually, +10 to your critical. What's your ambush, please?
Ambush is +14.
No. It's the number of ranks that she's got, so the number of boxes.
Yes, 14.
She's got 14 boxes.
Oh yeah, she's been investing very heavily in this.
Goodness. Okay. So you get to this roll, to both this roll and the C critical roll, you get +24. 14 because of your ambush, and then 10 because of the massive attack that you did. So any critical roll, you get +14 to this. So the minimum this person's going to take is 25. Roll your E-crit, please.
47.
47 plus 24 is 71. Okay, so you slash him. It says in the lower leg, probably not. He's taken a major hit, and you do him another 8 hits. And then the C critical, please. This is going to take a second or two for me to adjust. Apply that. Just give me 1 second while I set this, because I need to do a separate attack on him.
And whether it makes a difference or not, Graham, I think you're rolling in your private chat.
Yes, I am. Yes,
Just thought I'd mention it.
yes. I don't have to.
And the C, please. Again, you get +24 on this roll. Give me a roll, please.
49.
49 plus 24 is 73. You do him another 7 hits. He moves just at the very last second, unfortunately. But you have done him a horrific injury, and he's clearly reeling from it. You said you wanted to try to make it a silent kill.
Yeah.
So give me a roll, please. From memory, this is 101 plus is success.
Yeah.
Yep. Give me a roll.
Okay. Oh dear. 8.
8 plus.
But well, it's a good plus, but not quite enough. Plus 86.
Yeah, it is good, but not quite. Okay. So he screams in agony as Neathanel's blade strikes him from behind. All of you outside hear the sound of someone cry out in pain. and terror. What do you do? We're into rounds actually. So this is going to take a bit because there are quite a few up here, but that's all right. Okay. Should have.
Do I?
And just give me a second to think, please. Just a sec.
Sure.
All right. So Nathaniel, you've acted. Leif, you're the first to act. You've heard a scream from inside. What do you do, please?
Does he recognise the scream?
Here's a scream.
Is it male or female?
Doesn't. I don't know. Do you want to take the time to roll a perception or listening to it? You hear a scream. You don't know.
Yep. We'll take a 10% action.
Okay, give me a roll.
46.
This is not
plus
masked.
40.
46 plus 40. 86, probably male, but you can't be sure.
Okay, that's good enough. He will check with the rest, basically, just consult visually, and then run to the door, shield up.
Yep.
Which way is it cracked? Is it opened?
It's opened outwards. It's this one here.
It's that one? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So he runs to the door with his shield up. Cool.
Yep.
Just want to check packs and equipment. What are you doing with your pack and equipment, Leif?
He's unencumbered.
Okay.
And he's not going to stand in the. Well, he's not going to want to stand in the doorway. He's want to look around the doorway first, and then if he's got more movement, he might move in, depending on what he sees.
All right. So he peers in. You see this. What else do you see from your? It's only a crack, so yeah, that's pretty much. Is that enough? Yeah, that's probably enough. You see, standing up here, a bowman with a bow trained on the door at the top of the stairs.
Oh.
Any other actions for Leif that round? This round.
He'll to call behind him. There's a bowman in here.
Okay.
And he'll call to make sure someone's been stabbed. He knows Nathaniel somewhere in the area.
Okay. Any other actions for you?
No.
Okay. Cool.
No. He's yeah.
Next is Keros. Keros, what do you do?
So Keros has seen Leif do this.
Mm-hmm.
She will move over to his vicinity, but behind him towards the balustrade of that's a balcony, right? The
Balustrade balcony, yep. So tell me.
Yep, so like directly behind.
Okay.
But not like too close.
Okay.
And she doesn't need to prep because she's ready to go, but she's heard everything he said and she's just going to wait.
Okay, done. Cool. Next is Etienne.
Etienne will follow them. Hear the scream and trot up to the door. And obviously he can't go through the door anyway, can he?
He could probably elbow his way past Leif and go through. Yep, if you wanted to.
What's he know?
He's heard a scream. Everybody's heard that. He doesn't have the knowledge of what Mithan has seen in here yet because he wasn't at the window. He's heard He's heard Leif say there's a bowman in here. That's as much as he knows.
Okay. All right. Well, he'll come up behind Leif and say, "What can you see?"
Okay. Okay. Leif, do you want to answer?
Because I suppose he didn't use all his activity. He'll say,
No.
Yeah. There's a bowman trained on the door on, what's that, a balcony?
Yep.
Top of the stairs to the right.
Would you be able to see that? Yes, you would. I'm being a bit generous there. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see him, but anyway, you have. Okay. So it's in. You've only moved like a mat. The reason I'm being generous is you've only moved. What is that? It's like 8 foot, so nothing. So you're now armed with a bit more information. Do you do anything else?
Well, his weapon will certainly be out. I don't think Etienne, because obviously he's got the. What has he got? He has got a shield. He's got a wooden shield. I think
just a reminder, he can't use a shield because he doesn't have a hand.
Oh, okay. Well, then he probably wouldn't go without a shield. He'll suggest that Mithan maybe shoots the bugger.
Okay, cool. Just a quick question for Keros. Keros, what are you doing with your pack? I think we discovered you were encumbered this time.
If the team have left it, have we left it in the pile somewhere?
I'm asking you. Well, at this stage, no one's done anything with the pack. So yeah, what do you do?
She wouldn't have it if she's and if she's seen other team members drop their packs, she'd do the same. So
at this stage, everybody has their pack on. What does she do with her pack?
Oh, I thought Leif was unencumbered. Sorry.
He is. He was wearing a pack, but it doesn't weigh him down.
Oh, I see. Oh, sorry, I got confused. I thought that meant he would have dropped it. I don't know if she'd want her pack. I think she would have dropped it, to be honest.
So dropped it, what, here?
Oh, yeah, at the top. Maybe placed it nicely on one of those park benches.
Done. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Done. Thank you. And Etienne? Encumbrance?
He doesn't have any encumbrance.
Cool. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's cool. That word. Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Next up is... Sorry, it's going to take a second. Mithan, you're next.
She'll move up. She's got her bow on, an arrow on a string.
Mm-hmm.
If she's heard, sorry. Yep. Oh, and sorry. By the way, she's unencumbered. She has got her pack, and she is unencumbered.
Okay.
So there's a bowman in there. She's happy to take a shot. My impression is the door is only very narrowly open, so she won't be able to shoot through that. And he same.
If Leif gets out of the way, she could.
Well, she would want to do that. She'll take her shot and then she'll move again. So she's not,
Okay.
Move, or she'll use her words. Yeah.
So the distance there is, she was at the window. That is a distance of 17 foot, so she can quite easily move. If Leif is getting out of the way, he does. Mithan, this guy has got a decent amount of cover, so you'll be shooting, and you are shooting through quite a narrow gap, so there'll be minuses for both the cover that he's in and the fact you've kind of got to find your target initially.
Yep.
But you can move and shoot.
Yep, she'll do that, please.
Cool. A roll, please.
Oh, 87.
Nice.
I probably should have asked for... No, I will, actually, and we'll take the 87 as the roll. I'd like an orientation roll for you, just to kind of spot him, figure out where he is, get your head around it. So it's a 10% action. As well, 87 plus your 75, that's absolutely fine. So you've moved up to the crack of the door, Leif's given you instructions, you look up, you find your target, now make your attack roll.
Oh, sure. 71.
71. As mentioned, he does have some cover. And you're using bow 108, I believe.
Correct. Yep.
And activity to move. 71, yep. So even with cover, even with a bit of kind of movement, etc. from you, you still manage to do him a crit. 7 and an A puncture. Roll the critical, please. Shooting.
Oh, 60.
60, so close.
Nice.
Like a 66.
You clip him across the chest. He is... he screams in pain. You do 2 hits, and he's kind of sent a bit reeling. Nice shooting, Mithan. Had you not had and she moves out of the way.
Yes. So in case people want to go through the door.
Yep. Okay, cool. Next up. So the one in front of you, Neathanel, does nothing. He's kind of staggering and really not looking good at all. Kind of half spins round towards you, drops his bow, starts kind of fumbling for a sword at his belt, but other than that, doesn't do much more. He's looking pretty wobbly, very wobbly. Just coming, guys. And the one, no, can't see him. That's okay. Oh, here we go. Demos. You've heard all that. You've seen all that. You've seen Mithan take her shot and move out of the way. You're standing here. What do you do, please?
He'd move over to where everyone else is. Yeah. Probably sort of behind Leif, in between sort of Leif and Mithan, but not in front of the door, like, so they can still move in and out,
Okay.
and just, I guess, wait to be told what to do.
He can decide what to do as well, of course.
He doesn't like making decisions.
Okay. And I think that is it for the round. Excellent. Next round. Neathanel, you're next.
So, she'd like to assume she can. There is a sort of slow wall to her left, right?
Yes.
So I guess she would like to. If she were to duck, does that keep her covered from the bowman on the opposite side?
Depends how far down she ducks. Yes.
Well, I think she'd be conscious of that because she's fully aware that he's got an arrow and a bow. So she would like to get down low so she's got full cover from that guy, but then also stab the guy frothing on the floor.
Well, he's still on his feet, by the way. The guy that you.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I didn't realise that.
No, he's still standing.
Okay. Can she position herself between the man she stabbed on the other side of him, so that
Got it. Yep.
he provides some cover? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. He might, of course, move.
Of course.
But yes, at the moment, yes, you can. And what do you do?
Stab him.
Go for it. Cool.
And I guess could she allow for some movement to duck again if she does kill this guy?
Yeah. Yep. So
leaving something back.
Yeah, rapid drop to the ground, 10%.
Okay.
So
assuming
So she's attacking.
But she wouldn't do that if she doesn't. He doesn't fall over, of course. That'd be silly.
So you're keeping back 10%, ready to drop just in case. So you're attacking with 90.
Yep.
Cool. Give me a roll.
60.
60. Cool.
Plus 114.
Sure thing. All right, you don't get rear, and you don't get surprise, regrettably. 60. Still a very decent 17 in an E. Roll the E, please.
$85. Ooh.
So, Neathanel, you decide not to stab. Instead, what you do is you cut off his hand.
Hold still. Right.
And like he's fumbling for his sword, and she just sees just a split reaction, and she just cuts his hand off, and he
I'll
just
keep that for Etienne.
and he just kind of stands there, blinking stupidly. He doesn't even seem to react. He just kind of stands there, just looking dazed. Doesn't do a thing.
With that 10% of movement, then she will just position herself square. I think she'll still crouch.
Yep.
To get out of the way of the bow, should he decide to. So she'll still drop down.
Okay. So she's down.
It doesn't look like this guy's going to do anything, but yeah.
Down to the ground. Done. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Keros, you're at the door. Nithan has fired her bow. What are you doing, please?
I'm probably just hanging in the back. I have my sword. I don't have my pack. I don't need to prep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to hold back and wait, if that's okay. I don't want to get in the way.
Sure thing.
Not a lot I can do.
She does still have a bow from memory. Keros has both a composite bow and a long sword, or a broadsword, I believe.
Correct. She's not very good at the bow, and
okay.
I will say that she won't have it on her, if that's okay.
She doesn't have the bow?
No, I'd say she's got the sword and her hands.
So she's better with her bow or better with her sword, out of interest?
I think she's better with her sword. Now I'm worried. Oh no, she is. She's better with the composite bow. No, look, I've made the call. She's got the long sword.
Okay. So the
yep.
composite bow is over here on the seat.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, we have some other very talented bow people.
Okay, sure thing.
So, yeah.
Cool. I meant to ask Demos before, last round. What did you do with your gear, Demos?
I don't know if he has any.
Okay.
Apart from his spear and his shield.
Okay, we really need to sort him out, don't we? Next time he goes up a level, we're going to do that. Keros, we haven't put Keros up a level, by the way. It wouldn't have mattered because she hasn't slept yet, but we still need to do that.
We can do that maybe later on after this.
Sure, sounds
good.
good.
Okay, coolio.
All right, Keros, you're hanging back. You've got the opportunity action depending on if something happens next. Leif, what are you doing?
I think he's just going to go in.
Okay.
Fling the door open and going to charge for that bowman. Well, not charge. Run and attack if he can.
All right.
Shield up. Have a quick glance around the rest of the room as he goes.
Okay. So 10% perception as he runs?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So...
actually, can I just check the distance?
Yep, sure.
Don't want to use that 10% if it means you can't attack.
It's 30 foot, but you've got to go up some stairs. So I would say you could move and attack this round. With the distance to get up the stairs, you couldn't move, attack, and have a look around. Your call.
No, he wants to move and attack.
Okay. Interesting. Very, very brave, running into a building that you don't know. Okay. Give me a roll, please. This will be a slightly harder roll because you're running up some stairs. And again, it's just the whole thing of, oh, whoops, did you slip, did you stumble, did you whatever. And I'm going to say it's I'm going to say this is a mid... no, it's a light in this case. It's a light. Give me a roll, please, for your running.
59 plus 12.
9 plus 12. 71. 71. You make 90% of what you could normally run. So you don't run the full that you could, which means you run... What I'm going to say is you run as far as you can. So you get to your intended target.
Yeah.
But you have, instead of plus 50 to attack with, you have plus 40 to attack with. Does that sound
So
fair?
I can't attack. Yep, but I can't attack because an attack has to be minimum of 50.
Correct. You're right. It does.
Which is fine. It doesn't matter. I mean, he's up close to him.
Okay.
He's not going to be able to shoot him with the bow.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So he might have a bit of extra movement, does he?
Yes.
Instead of so he might move around behind or move out of the way. So if someone else is going to run in, then Leif's not standing in the way.
Okay. So
if he can maneuver to allow someone else a bit more room.
Yep. Sure.
In fact, if he can maneuver, to put the bowman between him and the majority of the rest of the room.
So move to here, say?
Yeah, that sort of thing. So if there is someone else in the room, it's got makes it a more difficult target.
All right, cool. All right, done. Done. But yes, well spotted that yes, you can attack, correct.
Oh, and actually, if he's got any movement left, and he can, he'd spend it on parry.
No, I'm going to say that's him.
Okay, sure.
Running. Oh no, hang on. No. True. No. You. No. No. Good point. I would say you can parry at 30%.
Oh yeah, he'll take that. Definitely.
Yep. Okay. Cool. What does this guy do? So, Leif, you've run to there. Oops. Yeah, so he steps back with this loaded composite bow and shoots Leif. Shoots at Leif. Now, I will give you your parry because you've got a shield. So you'd taken some of your parry off, which you were expecting to parry with a sword. Happy to put that onto your shield.
Cool, thank you. So I'll figure out what 30 of his OB is.
Yes, please. That would be really handy. Does get a bonus, I think, because he's at point blank range. Yes, he does. You're like 5... just on the margin of being... Yeah, you're like right in front of him, 5 foot away. So he gets a shield, and what's 30% of his parry?
32.
2? Done. So he just steps to one side, looses the arrow into at Leif. Thank goodness you had that shield, Leif. The arrow goes slunk. Hang on, we need a sound effect. Here we go. Bonk. Without the squishy sound at the back, it goes smack into the shield and quivers in the shield. For his remaining, an attack is 50%. He has moved a little bit as well. For his remaining time, he bails and starts running down here. He gets to about there. Probably a bit generous. He gets to about there. All right.
Can Leif communicate that? Three words.
3 words. Go for it.
Running down balcony.
Done. And yelling that. Cool. Next is... Just coming. They're ready to go through. Etienne. You've just seen Leif run in. You've just seen the twang of a bow, and you've heard Leif shout out at the top of his voice, running down balcony. What do you do?
Well, he's not one to miss out on a charge.
Mm-hmm.
So charge.
Cool. Comes in. A bit more of the room. Well, you probably don't see much of the room. Again, orientation roll from you, please. 10% just to kind of take in your surroundings, figure out what's going on. and this is not masked.
A whopping 7.
7 plus what's his perception?
I think he kept his blinkers on.
Yeah.
Not good. 15.
Okay. I'm going to say, Etienne. Yeah, you come in. You can't. Maybe just at the wrong moment, this guy was behind a pillar. So, for example, as you came in, you didn't see him or something. You just don't know. There's someone running and someone running down a balcony. So you don't see this guy. What you do see, however, flipping around, is Niathanal here, standing behind a man up here. You also see a dead one of these guys lying. Yeah, I'll just show you on screen. This man is lying on the ground. That red dot. Yeah, so that's all you take in for that time. You didn't spot anything as you came in. It just didn't see what Leif is talking about. What do you do?
So I just trying to figure out what I knew before I ran in. I can't quite remember. Obviously,
yep, you knew.
Sorry,
Bowman trained on door or words to that effect, and running down balcony. So you've come in. You've had a look for someone running down a balcony. You can't see them. First off, you just can't. You just miss them, or they just happen to be running behind something at the moment that you came in. You didn't see them. First off.
All right. Well, I guess he'll continue running if he hasn't seen Mythan. Then he'll run towards Niathanal.
Run towards Niathanal? Sure thing.
Yep.
Give me a roll, please.
$94.
Fine. You barrel upstairs, and you see your companion standing there with a bloody sword, and this guy's hand on the ground. Probably about it for you this round's, Etienne.
All right.
Mythan, taking a shot. You've heard Leif yell what he yelled. What do you do?
She will step in, do the orientation. If she can take a shot at the guy, she will.
Yep.
Otherwise, she will step to the side and reload.
Done. Give me a roll, please.
Ah, 35.
35 plus
75.
5. 110. You're one off a complete success. I'm going to say she does, and she also gets a fuller view of the room, of the area. So she probably focuses most of her attention on this side. So she comes in and she sees this guy belting his way down here. Now he's not in full view of her because he has got the balustrade or the balcony, whatever you want to call it, up to roughly his waist. She can take a shot. She would also get a rear shot. Well, rear. Yeah, we'll call it a rear shot on him as well. Give me a roll, please.
How much of a negative to that shot? I mean, is it a ridiculous negative? Is what I'm asking.
Well, she only has 90% to act because she's come in and taken the perception roll. He would have half full cover, hard cover, which is negative 50 shot. So not and ridiculous.
She's got negative 20 to her shot because it's a snapshot as well.
Correct.
But she didn't reload last round. She moved instead.
Correct.
So negative 70 to the shot.
plus 20, plus 35 for a rear attack. Your call.
Yeah, okay, with that plus 35, yes, may as well.
Okay. Takes the shots. Give me a roll, please.
Rolled a 9.
I don't think that's going to be hitting anytime soon. So that's at negative... $70. Cover is half. Even with Mithan's extremely good bow skills, no, the arrow just goes wide and goes sailing off over here. That's a miss.
Yep. Cool. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Sure thing. Yeah.
Actually, next, can she, and actually, if she's got a word, can she point and say there for anyone who's coming in behind her?
Okay.
Or anyone sat behind her.
Yep. Demos. Just heard Mithan say there.
Hang on. Could he... Oh yeah, shit. Okay. Could he run... Could he run in? How far can he throw his spear?
Good question. That's a really good question. So a spear can be thrown a normal spear can be thrown a maximum of 50 foot. You'd have a negative 30 to your roll. Wanting to get a distance, this guy is 50 foot away.
Oh. Yeah. Can he? So he'll. I guess he'd run in and kind of get a gauge of how far away the guy is, and then.
All right. So
throw a spear.
Mithan has said there, just as
Yep.
Demos is coming in, which helps with the orientation roll. Give me a roll, please, just to see if we can spot him.
$68.
68. What's his perception, please?
Not
Not great from memory.
40.
Oh, 40, okay. 40 plus 20, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, you come in, you see him with the assistance from Mithan saying there, and you see this guy, as described, belting his way along. You can throw the spear. I'm going to say that's just within range. You'll have a negative 30 for the shot, but also a negative 10 on top of that because of using 10% to have a look around to figure out what's going on.
So negative 40.
You will get a back attack, however.
Okay.
Give me a roll.
Oh my gosh. 43.
43. What is his skill with thrown spear, please?
Spear throwing plus 89.
Fine. Not bad. Not bad at all. Cool. So you get a back attack. Fortunately, this guy is in at half cover. And the range is negative 30. Hit rear. Yeah. Sorry to say, Demos. I mean, it was a good throw. It was a good throw. But, sorry. What was the roll?
The roll was 43.
3. Oh, maybe that might do it, actually. No, not quite.
Oh.
Not. It was close. It was close. It was closer than Mithan's shot. Your spear goes clattering over here.
Okay.
Or bounces off here, but the guy keeps running.
Okay.
Next up, Keros, you have basically an opportunity action. You waited at the door. Anything else you're doing?
I'd like to go through, please, to where Mithan and Demos are.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see the person running away.
Again, I'd ask for an orientation roll just to kind of Get your
can I do that?
Yeah,
Yep.
give me a roll. You've also heard Mython say there.
There, yeah. 86.
86. What's your perception?
36.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, you spot him, no problem at all.
And how far away do I think he is?
He is...
Sorry, you've probably said.
Call it 50 foot away.
Okay, I am going to snapcast. Now, which one? I always struggle between like the firebolt and the ice bolt. Like one's shock bolt. Sorry, I'm going to do an ice bolt.
All right, in his back.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yep, I am. Okay.
Give me a... So that is plus 87.
106? Wait, hang on. Is it 87? Oh, shock bolt. Yes, shock bolt's 106.
So which one are you firing?
Ice bolt, 87. Yep.
All right. 87.
Okay.
It's a rear. Precious
82.
82. Nice. Okay. 82. Range is 50 foot. He does have cover, so he's got that. However,
Boo.
however, that's a good roll.
Thank you.
Uh,
Have we got him?
Have you ever heard Alex any happier? The smell of blood in her nostrils.
I spot from the back.
I spot in the back. 19 in an E impact. Nice shooting.
Good job.
Roll the crit, please.
Hang on, I just got to write that down. 19 and an E. 19 E, and then the E's like the worst, right?
Correct. Roll the crit.
Okie dokie.
Ooh,
71.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Please, come on now.
71.
Yep.
You do him another 20 hits. Bam. You've hurt him. You've hurt him really bad. Yeah, there's a horrible cracking noise as this blast of cold just smashes into his back. And he goes reeling, bounces off balustrade, and he doesn't look like he's running much further.
But he's not dead, right?
He's not dead, but he's taken a hell of a hit.
Is there blood?
Yeah, there would be. He took another 20 hits. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That blood from being crushed.
Yes, and that is the end of that round. GM's going to head to the loo.
Nice shot. Nice shooting.
shot. How are you doing for
Thank you.
PowerPoints, though, Carrios?
I'm down to 20, so I need a good snooze. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
I couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, we
I'd
might
say
not have a
them-
chance to do Snoozy, I reckon.
No, I'd save them for the big baddies.
Okay.
Shot bolts are still good, but that was really satisfying.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I just which game was it when it was I got it in one go, the floating
Amazing,
oh,
100
Yeah,
on
that was
correct.
good.
she's so cool and she's gonna go up a level. Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing how many enemies would be good.
So what's our count? We've just down.
No,
probably-
what I mean is in this room.
Oh yes. I have
for the
intended to. I did try and get that to the GM last round. I wanted to shut something out, but I got bypassed.
Yeah. That happens. So much goes on. My goodness.
No, I was going to, but
No, what I mean,
Jim
he's
is
got so much to do.
yeah. I'll yes, I will do that. Next round. But how many with those two down? What's our running tally? Do we know?
Oh, we were trying to keep track.
Did it go in the
I
chat?
counted. Oh yeah, I'd counted 27 baddies, 13, 14, 15, up to 19 dead. So another 2021. So maybe another six baddies plus the two uber baddies.
Ethanol.
Right.
White-haired lady and a Renachanta.
Cool.
Ethanol, you're up.
Ethanol. Right. Well, she'd like to do a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
She'd just like to. How is this person not dead? That's just what she'd like to finally kill this bloke.
Sure.
But she'd also like to say two enemies just two enemies in the room.
Just
now,
two enemies in
one.
the room.
Yeah.
That's 4 words. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
Two in room.
2 in room. Cool. Roll the attack, please.
34.
34. Any parry or anything I should know about this?
No. I think she's sensing he's not got a lot left in him.
It's a 17 and an E. Your summation is correct. Roll the E just for fun.
$75.
Another 8 hits. That blade, that strike was on the ethanol. You stick him through the heart. It's very. Actually, no. You tell me. How do you want to do this?
Oh, I think she senses that he's done. So I think a straightforward thrust straight through the heart would do the trick. Actually, she just wants to get him down and move on.
He is very, very, very dead. The ethanol. Nice work. Just again. That is killed.
Was there a cat? Was there a cow in there as well?
Let's have a listen. Well, there's actually 3. So there's 3 blade attacks. Here's the first.
There was a cow. I thought there was. That first one had a cow.
I think it's a grunt. This might be more appropriate, actually.
Oh, that's lovely.
That was killed 6th level.
Cool.
All right. Next is Etienne. Etienne, you've just seen the ethanol fell this guy. What do you do?
Well, I think he wants to take a view of the room and look for something else to kill. I think he's probably assumed after Ethanol said that, probably he's intelligent enough to think there must be one more.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to look around the room and then take off in the direction of the other one.
Sure thing. Spins round, got a sense of the room so far. I'm happy at this point. Not needing an orientation roll. He looks across, 10% action, and he sees this guy over here. Basically just has bounced off the wall from Keiros's ice bolt. What do you do?
All right, well, he'll take off at top speed.
Okay.
Down the corridor. And his intention is to go down the stairs and up the stairs opposite, in case he does stumble on.
So his route is this way or this way?
Yep. No. Well, whatever's quicker, I suppose. I'm assuming going across the top would be quicker, but...
Yep, okay. Could you give me a running roll in his plate armor, please?
60.
60? Cool. What's his maneuvering in plate?
Plate plus 14. Oh, plus 14. I can't remember if this was.
No, I needed to modify it. It's actually plus 0.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Clank, 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 clank. Nice one, Etienne. What's his base movement rate, please?
Base movement is 70.
Okay. And it'll take him a round or so to get up to top speed, so 140. So I'd say that to there is 40, and from there is 40. Yep. By the time he's run along here, run down the stairs, run across there, and run up again, I'd give him kind of to there. So he's not quite at the guy, but almost. All right. Next up is Keros. Nice shooting, Keros. Very nice shooting, Keros. What do you do?
Thank you.
Your precious
what will I
power
do?
points. Just a reminder to keep minusing those.
Yeah, no, I don't really want to use. So, I'm going to be really helpful and do nothing, if that's okay. Still there. One dead.
Get a mop.
Where's Victory, by the way?
By your feet.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Can I just be really helpful and do nothing?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, just conscious of PowerPoints.
Okay.
At the minute.
Sure thing.
Is that okay? Yep. Yep. Okay.
Leif, what do you do?
Leif is going to run up and attack.
Oh. Distance of virtually nothing, 22 foot, a minus 20 to your roll. Give me a roll just to make sure he doesn't trip over his feet.
50.
50, easy. And you get a rear attack. Go for it, Leif.
56.
So... Six, lovely. And it is definitely a rear flank, a rear. He doesn't get his DB because he can't see you coming. And you're attacking with your longsword of 103, I think.
107.
7. Wham! That is a colossal 20. Well, no, it'll be more than this. Hang on. 198 minus 150 is 48 divided by. It's a broad. Is it longsword? Longsword. Yeah. Just a second. Just a second. Where is my book that I thought I took out? There it is. Coming. Longsword, page 11. Okay. With a... So... 5, okay. By 5. So you do him another 10 hits, so that's a 32 in an E. And yep, that's an E and an A that you deliver. That's attack.
Yay.
And just to check, 48 over divided by 10, you get an additional plus 5 to your critical. So you did 40. Just check that. 8 minus 150, 48 divided by 10, 4.8. Run it up to 5. Yeah, you get plus 5 to this critical. For these criticals. Give me a roll, please. Here's the E coming up.
92.
92 plus 5 is a 97.
That crit. That crit.
Yeah, you've read it before I have. Strike to foe's head, destroys brain, and makes life difficult for the poor fool. Expires in a heap immediately. You cut the top of his head off, Leif.
Oh dear.
If you want to roll the E for additional hit points, you're welcome.
Near the A. Yep.
Yeah, give me a roll.
Oh my, 89.
89 plus 5 is a 94. Might be faster for me to use the... if you've got it before I have...
3 hits.
3 hits,
3
lovely.
hits.
Thank you. Thanks very much. He collapses at your feet, Leif. Very, very, very dead.
Double-deaded.
Double-deaded.
What level, please?
6th as well.
Thanks, Keros, for
Softening him up.
Yeah, softening him.
My
Tenderizing
pleasure.
him.
My pleasure.
Give him a light barbecue before you.
No, flesh frozen.
Oh, frozen. Right.
Okay, we'll come out of combat, and we'll just go through in order of the characters on my screen. We'll start with Demos. Demos, what do you do, please? So just sorry, I frequently do this. I ask what you do and then I describe. Just very quickly, you've seen the layout of the room is similar to not similar. Looks like this. So you've come in at a point where there is. Just trying to think if that would be up. Yes, this is up. So I said these stairs go down, but actually they go up. So you'd walk up 1, 2, 3 up to this kind of whiter kind of coloured marble. You can see the columns there. There's a small garden in the centre. There's the dais at the end. There's 2 double doors here. There is this man, one of these men lying dead here. And you've just seen Demos, your companions, slay 2 bowmen. What do you do, Demos? And I won't interrupt you this time.
Demos would like to go up and grab his spear.
Done? Anything else?
And no. Oh, I mean, probably just kind of take a look around and see if there's, I don't know, anything kind of useful, or I guess keep an eye on the other door to make sure no one unsuspecting wanders in.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot in this room. It appears there are some benches down here. There's some comfortable areas to sit in these little alcove places. There's lots of books lying around, but not much here. Demos, you collect your spear. You come over with your spear poised, keeping an eye on this door. Moving down my list, Neathanel, you've just felled this guy. What do you do?
Shout to the room.
Yep.
Room is clear. Sound of combat across the next bridge. Suggest we move quickly.
Okay. Cool. Anything else on top of that?
Well, she'll pick up her stuff and head for the far door.
Done.
Oh, no, it's all right. Won't bother checking the dead. It's all right. No time.
Cool. Leif.
Leif will acknowledge that from the ethanol.
Mm-hmm.
Ask. Oh no. Remind Silvioross about her pack.
Yep.
And suggest she go get it, and then would go and join Neathanel at the door, and if he's got time to, would let Neathanel know about the people waiting down at the ship.
Right.
Just to fill in on any information in time allowing.
Yep, you've got time.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Cool. Mithan.
Mithan would see if Silvioross wants her to go and get her pack for her, or go with her, and then her intention would be to join them at the far end of the room.
Done. Silvioross.
Silvioross would get her pack. She would probably ask Mithan,
Yep.
surprisingly, to support her with that.
Okay.
Well, look at that development. Oh my goodness.
I feel like there's a little breakthrough there.
Yeah, okay.
I just love that for
Okay.
the character journey. Yeah, no, and join the other team members. Thank you.
And Etienne.
Yep, he heard that loud and clear. Assemble at the door. Keeps his sword out. Ready to roll.
Cool. Etienne, join your companions, do something else, look at something, whatever you like.
You want the companions?
Demos, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, he'd go join them, spear and shield up.
Okay. Coming out.
so,
Opening up.
sorry, just party order, just quickly. We are happy with Leif, Etienne at the front, Demos behind. Is that right?
Sounds good. If we're having a quick conflab, does Nathaniel want to go ahead to sneak, or are we just going in?
I think we just go in.
Awesome. Okay, yep.
Cool.
Don't you think? I'm not sure. I mean, happy, there's combat, so I think we probably just pile
How
in.
do others feel? Because this could be Ningwin. Every minute I suppose could be Ningwin getting killed. I
Yes,
guess.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know what she'd be if she snuck in. She'd just report back on what she saw. I suppose. I don't. Realistically, I don't think she's gonna get. It might just waste more time. That'd be my opinion. But what the rest of you think? Having said that, Etienne does make a lot of noise. I suppose she could go on ahead. Because I suppose because she moves quite quick anyway. Otherwise, the clanking will definitely attract it.
He's not like if he's running. There's a lot of noise.
Right.
If he is walking, I mentioned it to Pete. I think it's quite an interesting video I saw that actually in chain you don't make a heck of a lot of noise, and even in plate, you can move moderately quietly. You're not going to be as quiet as someone who's not wearing armor, but you don't necessarily sound like a tank coming if you're walking. If you are running, for sure. Otherwise, it's not massively loud from Etienne.
Yeah, I mean the options are I suppose she went on ahead, she could try and do a surprise strike on one of them.
Yep. Even if she's just a little bit ahead.
Yeah, let's do that then. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
How does Demos and Keros feel about this? I know it's not comfortable for Keros not having huge power points, but I think... Are you all right with continuing?
Yeah, happy to continue. We'll do what we need to do.
All right.
Do you want to get your bow, Carius? I reckon that might be helpful.
I've got my pack, right?
Yes.
With me. Yeah, so I've got it. Yeah.
I'll get your bow out because...
Yeah. I always thought I was stronger with my sword, but, the numbers on the page say the bow. So, yeah. Well, if I can swap out sword for bow, that would be great.
So you string your bow and put an arrow on the string?
Please.
Okay, done. Cool. All right. What happens?
Trot on.
Cool. So you head off with Neathanel a little bit ahead. The others coming behind her. Neathanel, you are, of course, visible now, as you would have realised. You exit this building that you were just in, and you head across the bridge. There is nothing untoward on the bridge. There's nothing of note or interest there. It's the same as this one. And you approach these large, this large building, this facade that kind of comes out of the wall quite a long way. Beautiful, beautiful marble, etc., built into the side of the cliff, and there are these massive doors. Both are open, and you get to see, you all see inside. And if you'll give the GM 2 seconds, he'll change the map. We'll go to this one, the screen here. Talk amongst yourselves.
I suppose if there was time, I suppose Leif would congratulate Neathanel on her advanced scouting and stuff, and like
high fives all round, right?
High fives all round, and her back stabbing a bit.
Chest bumps, all the rest of
it. Oh dear.
That guy did well to stay on his feet, though, didn't he? Christ.
He was going to die in 11 rounds.
Yes.
He was dead when you cut his hand off, but hang on. There we go. Should always remember to do my checking. All right. So I always forget where I got to. So you continue on, Neathanel, you scout ahead, and...
Will we be seeing it?
Just a second. No, just
sorry.
2 seconds. You... Very, very, very grandiose building. There's if you imagine a set of double doors here, and as you come inside, you find yourselves in this place. A lot of smoke, stuff on fire, as you can see. Just quickly do this and spin around. So you've come in through these large open doors. There's the party there that you can see. The room appears to be empty, and you can see in here quite a lot of smoke and flames. Pretty much exactly as you see there. Very, very ornate, quite beautiful, incredible, stunning architecture. Lots of gorgeous marble and Baroque is it's probably not Baroque that you can actually see here, but imagine Baroque. Just a beautiful, beautiful chamber, but sadly, obviously marred by fire and flames. What is bizarre is set into this wall, this room appears to be set into the living rock, and without perception rolls, all of you can hear. Second. Sound of water coming from this direction through here. Also through there is the sounds of the clank of metal and a distant scream. There seems to be combat, and it seems to be coming through here. Any actions, please? What do you do?
Oh, Anathina will go in.
Okay.
But she'll unless anyone feels differently, she'll say, give her a head start. She'll try and get a back attack. Yeah, she'll stalk in.
Okay. Okay. Anything else from anybody else that I should be aware of?
Just weapons ready, same party order, Etienne and Leif.
Cool.
Demos. Yep, and what space does Nathaniel want between us?
Well, I was just going to Etienne was just going to say, look, do you want, he's offered to prepare for 2 rounds and cast the spell that he's cast on you all before, if that was of interest to everybody, which would give everybody a bonus of +10 to moving and fighting for the next 7. Oh, and it's only 7 rounds though, so it's probably a bit far out.
Closer in, that'd be great.
Maybe a bit closer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So could he prepare and walk?
Yep. So yes, the answer is yes, you can, but you can only walk at 10%. So it's pretty ineffectual to prepare and walk. You'd be shuffling along, and well behind everybody else.
All right. We won't do that just yet then until he knows what's going on. But no, okay. I guess we could all move to the entrance. Do you think? What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
Yep.
And Nathaniel will say, she might better get a spell or an attack in. So let's say, give me. What do you think to sort of 4 rounds ahead?
Yep.
Does that sound reasonable?
If that's what she's happy with, how's everyone else feel?
Yeah. If that's her comfort level, yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. For the first little bit, Nathaniel, at least. No, actually, just to rather than slow things up, I'm going to keep everybody listening in to what I tell you, Nathaniel, rather than having to repeat myself and describe things. Nathaniel, firstly, give me a stalk roll, please.
87.
7. And what's her bonus?
For stalking is
115, I think.
Yeah, quite healthy, I think. Yeah, 115, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you creep off down the tunnel. It's relatively well lit. You can't quite discern the light sources, which is interesting. And the sound of running water, gushing water, sounds almost like a waterfall. Is gets closer as you go down the tunnel. The tunnel goes through 2 or 3 twists and turns, and maybe 2 minutes, not even that, perhaps just a minute, a very short distance, walking down this tunnel, going through natural living rock. You come to a space where the tunnel forks. There's a right-hand turn and a left-hand turn. They appear to be pretty much identical from what you can see. Probably the sound of water is perhaps a little bit stronger on the left, but other than that, there's no particular difference between the two. What do you do, and where do you go?
Do I hear the combat?
No, it's gone quiet.
Well, I'll go the one where the water's not quite so intense, and I'll do a little line on the ground. Or what's the ground?
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, what is the... What am I walking
sorry,
on?
it was the right-hand one where the sound is more intense. Beg my pardon.
I'll
So
go
you
on
go
the left one.
Okay.
What am I walking on? Sorry.
It's rock. Yep.
Just seeing if there's anything she can just indicate which way she's gone. Just looking at something she can just take out of her bag. She's got a wedge on her belt. So she's going to just stoop as she goes and leave that in the way that she's gone, right in the middle of the passageway.
Okay.
Pointing the way that she's going. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep, sure thing. All right. And
creepy creep.
Creepy creep. Done and double done. So, not much further on, she comes to a point where, and again, a minute or so, even less, it's really not far. She comes to a point where there's daylight. And she creeps down, and this is what she sees. Will do. Just a second. Yeah, here we go. So that's where she's come from. And she comes out on this rock floor. And daylight, the waning light of a dying day. Not, as I say, just about getting on for twilight, not quite. Obviously, you can just make out the picture of Etienne. Yeah, he's obviously not there. She comes to a bridge. Oops, Daisy, I just moved somebody. Oops. So she comes out, and there is, yes indeed, the sound of rushing water. A waterfall here. Looking above her, just quite incredible, there is a massive, an absolutely colossal glass ceiling above her. She is in some kind of walled garden with towering rock either side, and it is huge. Absolutely massive. And there's water running underneath this bridge that she can see, and more in this direction. Plants and gardens, etc. here. Petals coming through the air there, and in the far distance, more trees and other structures. You can see what's on screen there. But yes, directly above her, completely encased, is this glass, similar to the previous structure that you were in, but entirely, but absolutely colossal, and it's high, easily 200-300 foot above her. Certainly more than 150, maybe 200 foot above her is this glass ceiling, and the glass ceiling is slightly frosted, and it is over this entire area. In front of her, she can see. Let me see if this is going to work. Just do this actually, just in case I spoil anything. Oh yeah, just as well I didn't do that.
Oh, Ethanol's going to have to resist the urge to smash the glass ceiling.
Yes. Oops, a daisy. Just coming. There we go. Yeah, here we go. So, looking... And she's not this close, of course. So she's come up... She's crept up to here, the edge of this bridge, crouching down. Over it is a selection of dead people. There are a selection of people dressed in white, and those people are represented by these figures here. And then there are what I would term kind of mercenary types, I guess, and they're represented by that figure, kind of the knight figure. There's a cluster of dead lying on this bridge, and some distance off, she spots two people. This guy here, guy with a club, and this woman here with a rapier. And she spots some other figures through here as well, and some more dead beyond. It's relatively quiet, other than the sound of the rushing water and the waterfall. There's no one in her immediate vicinity. What does she do?
So far, I suppose this place has had a sense of symmetry about it as we've moved through all these rooms. Does she have a sense of that symmetry, the way this path is built, and the way she can see through to the other side? Might she guess if she took the other corridor, she might appear in the... She doesn't know that, but in terms of a kind of judging what she can see, is it likely that the right hand would probably come to something symmetrical on the other side? And I say that by gauging her position within the larger structure, if that makes sense.
Give me a reasoning roll. 50 plus, and she figures it out.
29.
29. What's her reasoning?
Oh, good on. 17.
She's
Plus
not
17.
Yeah, she's not sure. Maybe,
okay.
Maybe not. Don't know.
All right. Well, I think it makes those people are obviously facing this way, or have they got their
They are facing this way.
backs towards her.
No, they are facing this way. She's keeping low, so she'll
back up.
You know, she's crouched down, and she's reasonably in the shadows here. She feels pretty confident, but at this stage they haven't seen her. Distance. Let's have a look. Approximate here, maybe 140 foot away.
140. Okay. She'll back up.
Okay.
And she'll move back to the junction, put a wedge back in.
Probably your companions have met you by this stage.
Okay. Well, anyway, she'll quickly explain what she's seen, and then suggest that we just have a look the other side and just see if that's any better way of ingress, and then say she can't hear any combat, but suggest that she does the same on the other side and stays in the shadows, just had a quick peek and comes back again and gives them a full report of what she can see.
Sure thing.
And she would stalk.
Done. GM is just going to head out and grab a drink, have a quick chat. Back in a sec.
All right.
Good job.
What do you think, chaps? What do you think, chaps?
If this is our way in,
Sounds like an all-out assault, doesn't it?
yeah, or do we? So the question is, no.
I mean, Nathanol could go invisible again and could try and get up close and stab one if there was just one on the other side, but it would cost her power points, and she doesn't have. She's probably got enough for. She's got enough for maybe 3 more spells. And I'm wondering if they might be better served being offensive.
Yeah.
Rather than sneaking up on them. I don't know what I'd necessarily gain. I think it'd be quite hard to get behind those people. She could obviously teleport the other side of them if she got closer. But again, I'm going to use up a lot of points doing that. That said, there will be a chance, obviously, on teleporting behind the big baddie and trying to stab her.
I think save the power points.
Yeah.
We could try bow shots, and we could try and rock bolt. Leif could try sleep if he's within 100 foot.
Yes, it's got to do. Well, let's try the other passage, right? Because it'd be good to know, because obviously there's a danger here that they'll run round and behind us.
Yeah.
But it'd be good to know if there's anything, if we could get closer the other way, that's worth knowing. Potentially attack from, given it's quite a narrow passage, I mean, there's a potential of attacking on 2 sides. I know, don't split the party, but on the other hand, at least we would get more attacks in simultaneously doing it that way.
What do you think, Alex and Mason?
Yeah.
I mean, given the kind of twisty-turniness of it, it seems likely you could get some bow shots in.
Yeah. Sorry to power points.
Yeah.
I think power points should be saved for offensive attacks on the big baddies, right?
Okay.
I mean, probably even more important than the person we really want to kill is probably Torvash. What's her face? Irene.
Irene Chonta.
Irene.
Lady. The white-haired lady is nasty.
Yeah, and she is probably a lot more powerful than us.
Yeah.
These are all going to be pretty tough targets, right?
That's our level-ish.
Yeah, but they're the ones that are left behind.
Yeah. It's going to be tricky. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they're going to be. We know some of them because we met them before, right? The ones that captured us with their sticky shit, assassin-like people.
Yeah. True.
There's definitely going to be some. I would assume. What's her name? Professor Unswick probably has a bit of magic about her.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a shame we haven't got more power points.
Yes.
What else have we got? What else have we got in the can? What else have we not used that we can use? What have we got? Magic weapons. What can we throw at these people? I mean, obviously, Neathanol's got a potion of fog. That's a good escape, but only for her. She's got another one last smoke bomb. It's not very helpful.
Leif can do fog again.
Yeah. Don't know how useful, but I guess if they've got...
I mean, same as that smoke bomb, right?
Yeah, good if we're overwhelmed.
Yeah. Because we're incapacitated in it as well, so...
Yeah, Etienne has a lot of spells. He's got a +3 channeling spell adder. And he's got maximum power points at the moment.
So what sort of things can he do?
Well, he can give us everyone a +10 to all their rolls for a limited time.
Good.
He can do symbol strikes. Actually, no, no point. His weapon does it anyway. He can do. There's no undead. He can do hold kind. Human or target is held to 25% of normal action. You can try and calm people down, but that's not very helpful. He can do. Yeah, I definitely think it's worth us doing that inspiring thing.
Yeah.
He can't do that much, actually, but I mean, at least he can give us all plus 10 on all our rolls. That's pretty handy.
Yep. Lovely. Can always make the difference, that one.
Yeah.
Just coming, guys. Just a little bit of GM jiggery pokery.
Any thoughts, Mason, as well?
Have you got any special magical things you've got tucked up your tunic?
He does not. His spear's like magic, but he's not a magic user, so I don't know how helpful that is.
You've got that magic shield, haven't you?
Yeah, as well. Yeah.
Does that do anything, or is that just plus? I can't remember.
It's just a plus.
Yeah.
No, there's
I
nothing.
mean, we've got the spork. Don't forget. Okay,
We need a meal.
We need some soup. That's good.
And will Keros be using a bow, do you think?
She might have to.
Yep.
She might have to. Yeah, put the hands away and get the bow out.
I do like the thought of, her using a bow and people thinking, oh, and then suddenly she goes back to using her shot bolt and fries people.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah, it's like, laughing at my archery? Well, fuck you. Not that I'm saying that they'll laugh at her archery, but...
No, that's all right. She's prepared.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right.
Takes lucky shots too.
All right. Okay, cool. Okay, so handy. Neathanol, you come back.
Hello.
You come back to the point where the corridor intersects. 7. Just one sec. Oh, yep. Oops, a daisy. Okay. That's better. You come back to where the path bifurcates. Your companions are right at that moment, and they're kind of looking at at the wedge that you put down. Right at the moment you come back, you inform them of what you've seen. You have a quick discussion, and then what happens, please?
So I think she'll creep on the other passage carefully.
Okay.
Scout that one out.
Sure. Can you give me a roll for that, please?
100.
Oh, nice! Give me a roll. Another one.
30.
Wow. Okay. It was a very, very well timed roll. And what's it? And 115. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Could you give me a perception roll too, please?
100.
You're joking.
No.
Ha! Ha! So you've had some lousy luck in the last little while, Graham.
Yep.
Those two rolls were very, very, very handy. Very handy. Roll again, please. Oh, the perception would have been masked. Damn it, that would have been masked. Never mind.
Can I keep my roll, please?
Sure. What was your roll?
100.
No way.
Just like to keep that in the bag. Anyway,
You just rolled 3-1. Have you rigged the dice?
I think I must have done.
Oh, look. Something called the rule of cool.
Oh, hang on. Actually, have I? Is that just a mistype? Have I just typed? I don't know. Anyway,
It is saying result,
yeah.
Try again.
but it doesn't show that you've rolled a D100.
Oh, maybe there's a mistake.
Must be.
Anyway.
Well, you rolled a
Anyway.
You rolled a 30.
Yeah, but that was after the first 100.
Okay.
Anyway.
I'm going to go with the rule of cool, and that was dramatic enough to satisfy me. So what happens? This is what happens to Neathanel as follows. She creeps down the tunnel, and she is spectacularly quiet. There is a bit of noise. There is more water this side than the other side, as mentioned. But as well as her being very, very quiet and just sticking to the shadows, she also just has her elf eyes on this particular occasion. And she sees him before he sees her. Well and truly, because of those amazing rolls. Otherwise, it would have come down to kind of genuine luck of the dice. But in this case, you definitely see him before he sees you, and he may not even, and I'm going to say he doesn't see you for a round. Peering out of a very similar tunnel, so yes, your assumption was correct. They do seem to match up. There is a lot of symmetry here. You see the following. Well, first and foremost, there's a man in front of you, and he has a bow, a composite bow out, no, a long bow out, and he has it pointed in the direction of the tunnel mouth that Neathanel's coming out of. He happens, you just happen to fluke it at that time when he's turned his head back to look at his companions, and also you're quite in the shadows. So he didn't see you firstly because he turned his head away, looking back at his companions, and you're in the shadows. This is what the man looks like. He looks like that. And behind him, Neathanel, this is pretty much what you see. Not pretty much, this is what you see. Obviously not your own companions, so just ignore them for a second. But there is one of these guys with a bow, trained on the tunnel mouth, and three of his likewise companions, all with melee weapons out, and they're not standing where they are now. They're basically huddled into the. Ooh, is this going to allow me to? Here we go. Huddled into the either side of the door. And this guy is not standing exactly where he is as well. He's kind of taking cover here and peering around the side, crouched down, peering around the side. So four in total, four of these men. The other three are all facing this way, so they're all facing into the garden area. The guy in front of you with the bow is the opposite of where his friends are facing. He's facing back down in your direction, so he's got his back to his companions, and he's crouched about here. You've just fluked it, Neathanel, firstly by being incredibly quiet, secondly with your perception roll of spotting him before he sees you, and at this very second his head is turned and looking back at his companions. What do you do, Neathanel?
I don't think I can take on four of them on my own. Can I retreat?
Sure.
Without being seen?
Yes.
Then I'll do that.
Okay. You head back and you catch up with your companions. So the guy looks like this, and his companions are dressed the same.
Isn't, from what we've figured out so far, isn't that how the Ningwin's people dress?
I don't know.
No? Oh, well, anyway, he'll explain. Yes.
Well, if she explains the...
Yes. Well, I mean,
scene.
she'll go back and explain exactly what she's seen. And I guess she's a bit confused because she's assumed that those people, from the dead people she's seen so far, are the goodies, not the baddies.
Oh, there's been a mixture of goodies and baddies dead.
Yes, I guess that's the assumption she's made, wrongly or rightly. But so she'll just say to the group, look, there's 4 of them. They still seem to be trained on, one of them's got a bow pointed this way, the others aren't looking this way, but however they're dressed in the manner which, and she just fully describes the garbs they've got on with the tan kind of coat and the brown hoods and so forth. Yeah, that kind of thing. So she describes in detail to the rest of them what they're looking like, and she says, well, and particularly to Mythan, who's obviously seen these people march in. Mythan, are they the dress of the people who are attacking or defending?
Mythan's opinion is that those are the people who are defending.
Right. So unless
those are Ningwin people, because the other groups of people that she saw, the timing of the groups of the people she saw were an eclectic lot of mercenaries, assassins, and then the 2 big baddies, and that was no uniform. Whereas the other ones, they were all in uniform. These guys. So these are the goodies. And
on the chap that I saw on the other passage, Chris, he was dressed more like a mercenary, correct?
Yeah. Well,
he had a big mercenary across his front.
Yeah, well, this is what he looked like. Hang on, I'll take you back here. And by the power vested in me, here we go. Let's hope this works. Bada boom. Yeah. So there were 2 of them. Whoops. Let me just gonna bring you down. Oops, so Daisy, no. Can't move it down any further. Yeah, that's him, and that's her. You can make them out.
I can't really, they're just shadows, but
I might be able to help. Hang on a sec. Hang on, I can help. Just give me a second. This will take a tick. So she looks like that.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks like... Where is he? Looks like that.
Friendly. Yeah, he looks more like a baddie. That's more like it.
Also, I believe we had a description from the Twilight party of the people who served Ningwin.
Bit weird though, isn't it? They're just mingling though.
Who are?
Well, as you described, like the 4 that are dressed in the same outfit as the guards, and of course they could have got dressed up, are just mingling. They're not really doing anything. What were they doing, Chris? They were just looking the other way, weren't they?
Looks like they're taking cover, you would say. So these 3...
okay.
So these 3 here...
right.
These 3 here, 1, 2, 3, are all crouched out of the way. They're not exposing themselves, and they're trying to... Yeah, and you're catching a glimpse of some people kind of milling around over here, and this guy here is he is crouched here behind here, taking cover and glancing nervously over his shoulder back in this direction as well.
Right. I'm just going to pop to the bathroom, but I'll let you guys discuss.
Just shoot them all.
No! Jesus. Well, serve them right for clustering together, but I reckon we should approach... I reckon those are goodies. We should get on their side if we possibly can.
Yeah, I agree. For all the viewers out there, I agree.
Who's the best person to talk?
Etienne?
Yeah.
Not Demos. So sorry.
Fair enough.
If Etienne's willing to. Oh, he has got that charm spell.
Well, Leif's pretty charming, is he?
Leif has got a charm skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Etienne could do something.
Yeah.
Just got to avoid being shot.
Disarm and hands up, right?
Have you got your armour on?
Yes.
We'll just leave your sword behind, right?
Well, I think he'd put it sheathed, probably, wouldn't leave mine.
True.
Right. Well, he could do that. He could. He could do a calm down. That was a very spell.
Are you listening to Taylor Swift?
No, that was a really that accent came out really badly.
That was meant to be a scouser. Calm down.
Hey, calm down. Yeah, I think he'll do a calm down, mate.
All right.
So he'll sort of go up the. I think he may as well. Yeah. Okay. He'll do a calm. He'll sneak up. Yeah. Does he have to see the person? No, presumably he does. The range is 100 foot though. FM. What's that mean?
It's a force spell, so the guy gets a resistance roll.
Right. All right. I'll try it.
What happens?
So he will be led by Neathanol back up the passage. And the rest of you guys, how long is the passage?
I mean, I said it was a matter of a minute or so. It's not long. A few hundred feet, if that.
Okay.
Not
Well,
far.
the others. So I guess Neathanol will guide him, and then just Neathanol will indicate where, if he moves around the next corner, he'll be in sight. And then he will really slowly move his head up, and then glance at the guy, and then pull his head back in again. But obviously he's as far away back as he possibly can be.
So the distance, the far away back as he possibly can, is a distance of 60 foot.
Right. And if he did I suppose before he do that, he'll prepare for the full whack.
Yep.
He put his helmet on. Oh, no, he can't. He's got. I can't do that. I guess if he did a quick kind of look up and look back again, could he then cast?
There's a corner that he'd have to come. Hang on, I'll show you. I'll show you on the map.
All right.
Is he? Another question is he stalking?
Well, best he can.
Yep. Okay. Let's see if just before we resolve the situation with Etienne, anybody else doing anything else that I should be aware of?
Yes, I think the rest of us. So there's room for us to wait up this tunnel.
Yes.
Yep. So we don't want to wait in the fork of the, so we would follow Etienne and Neathanol a little way up the tunnel, a safe amount up the tunnel, so we're perhaps out of sight from the fork, but not imposing on the next situation.
Yep. Okay.
Is that possible? Yeah.
Yep.
Also, keep an eye behind you, just in case.
Of course. Yes. Definitely.
Let's just check. Actually, I said 60 foot, but let's just check the distance. So from the tunnel mouth to here, that's 40 foot. Beg my pardon. Yep. So okay. So there's a reasonable chance, Etienne, that this person may have. Well, you can try a stalk if you wish. It's you.
Well, may as well.
Okay.
I mean, it's better than nothing. But he's not going to stick his head out. If he thinks he's being noisy, then he won't bother. But shit roll 11. So he's making a racket. Good to know.
And does he have a stalk skill?
No.
Okay, negative 25. Yeah, fair to say.
He's clanking.
Well, yeah, but as mentioned, he's not. It's not going ballistic, but yeah, he's making some noise. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So So when he's in position, can he do a kind of head out, head back again kind of thing?
Yes, he can.
He'll just do that.
Okay. Could you give me? Please give me an initiative roll. So D100 plus your quickness bonus.
So what's the situation there in terms of how dangerous is that? In my reckoning,
You've kept your body, other than your head, completely protected. So you'd have a massive cover bonus, but you're 40 foot away with a person with a bow trained on the place that you're coming. There is a chance he could shoot you.
Or just as an option, guys, Nyathano could use her mind voice ring. What do we think?
It's once per day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon. Interest of getting stuff done. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. She'll do that then. I don't think it's worth the risk, Chris.
Okay.
Getting the arrow in the head for nothing.
Okay.
So Nyathano, when she's back in position, will just do a mind voice on the guy with the bow, and say, "Do not be alarmed." We'll play it out.
Okay. So Nyathano and Etienne swap. For the mind voice, we haven't been rolling for this, have we? We haven't asked for a roll. No, we haven't. There hasn't been a roll for the spell to be used.
God, I wish I could remember.
I don't believe we.
Yeah, it's an item.
Yeah, I think so. So could you give me a roll, please? Only a 1 or a 2, and the spell fails.
Oh, would 98 be alright?
That's fine. Great. So, what's the description of the spell? Or what's the description of the item?
It's one she's moved several times before.
It's true. But with people she knows and people she can communicate with, I'm wanting to know. Yeah, I am wanting to know the description of the spell.
Okay. I will try to find it.
Is it just called Mind Voice?
Mind Voice True, I think it is.
Might be able to beat you to it.
Alright.
But keep looking.
No, it's not Mind Voice True, it's 100 foot. So, caster may mentally speak with any thinking being.
May mentally speak.
With any thinking being.
Yeah, got it. Mentally speak. How would you guys define mentally speak? In a language, or just communicating ideas, or what?
That's a philosophical word.
I read somewhere else recently that because it's mind to mind, the mind communicates in concepts, so not language.
All right, I'm happy to go.
I'm sure I saw that in another spell description somewhere. I can keep looking, but
yeah, I'm happy to go. I'm happy to go with that. Okay, cool. Is there any kind of is it a FM spell? Is there any resistance to this? You've never had to do a resistance before because you've been speaking to people who want to speak to you, but the description.
It is FM.
It is FM. Okay.
Yep.
So you rolled on. So actually, that 98 that you rolled is really important because he will get a resistance roll on blocking out the voice or hearing the voice. However, you rolled a 98, which is okay.
I'll go again.
No, not for this. Yep. Okay. Fair to say you can communicate with them. What do you communicate?
Basically, that we are reinforcements. We've come up behind. We are not going to attack you, which is why I'm taking care to speak to you now. Otherwise, so we are not here to attack. We are here to support. Can you, if you drop your lower your bow. We will join with you.
Who? It's communication. It's both ways, isn't it? Or is it just one way?
It says caster may mentally speak with any thinking being. Doesn't say anything about speaking back.
Right. Okay.
Well, I don't know. What does it speak with? What does that mean? Is that backwards and forwards, or is it? It is, isn't it? It's not.
Speak with.
Does tend to infer this two-way, doesn't it?
I would have thought speak to is talking one way to someone, but speaking with is
good.
collaborative.
Well said. Yeah, well spotted. Yep, cool. Okay. So first and foremost, he didn't block. He wasn't able to block the spell, not with a roll of a 98. And he just says, "Who? What are you doing in my head? Who are you? What do you mean reinforcements?"
We are here to help. We are coming to help, but what I don't want you to do is shoot me. Do you understand?
Who are you, sorcerer? What are you doing in my head? And he's clearly spooked.
Yeah, I'm
Who are you?
friends of Ningwin.
Friends of Ningwin have just arrived on this island and have just happened to arrive at the same time as these bastards are assaulting us.
Yep, that's correct. And by bastards, you mean the UPP, yes?
Who's we? How many of you are there?
There's a small band of us. There's 6 of us, but we're here to help and join your forces. How many of you are there left?
Here, there's only 4, but we've got them pinned down. Our companions are up on the heights, and we're at a stalemate. They can't go any further. We can't go any further. We've got them pinned down with bowmen. I think with our companions, another 10, 15. But they're up on a place that they can't get to easily. How do we know? How on earth can we trust you?
That's a good point, my friend. I guess you only have my word, although I would add, why would I be bothered trying to talk to you? I don't want you to do is for you to shoot me. But we are here to help. Perhaps we are friends of people who visited Ningwin some weeks ago. You perhaps will remember them. 6 people came to Ningwin, and
yes,
she took them in. We are their companions. Ningwin asked, I don't know if you were aware of this, but Ningwin asked that we come here. She specifically requested that we visit her. We have landed on the island. We've seen you're under attack, and we're here to help. And he will. Nathan will give their pseudonyms that they might have given when they arrived.
Yes, I saw the 6 strangers that came last time. One of them was rumored to be related to Ningwin.
You're speaking of Tenya, yes. She's from Jebbai Rima, and her father is very friendly with Ningwin. His name was Lawson Anastasia. You met Tanya Anastasia, his daughter. We are compatriots of those, and we are here to help. You have my word.
Let me speak to we're under attack at the moment.
Yes, we're just behind you, but I don't want to be shot, my friend.
Let me speak with my companions first. And you hear him yell in... what would it be? South Tongue. Does anybody speak South Tongue?
Hang on.
Mathan does.
Keros doesn't.
Okay.
Are you talking about the rest of the group? If we'd be able to hear him yell.
Yes, there's Neathanol in the first instance.
Yeah. Neathanol does not.
Okay.
Etienne, however, does not.
Okay.
Libronic.
So, this guy here, he breaks off kind of mental. This man here you're speaking to, breaks off mental communication with you, and says something that Neathanel doesn't understand to all three. This man creeps back, and you notice as he walks back, he's constantly checking over his shoulders, looking behind him. And they have a whispered conversation. And then 30 seconds later, the guy with the bow calls out something again, and this is spoken, and of course you can't understand it, Neathanel.
Okay. Can I still speak to him?
Yes.
Using mine?
Yes.
In which case I say, sorry, I don't understand your language, friend. Was that what are you inviting us to do?
We have seconds, minutes before they attack again.
Okay.
Come down towards us with your hands up and weapons, any weapons sheathed, and parley.
Okay. All right. Well, I think she'll indicate for Etienne's charm. Got the charm, and he's got the armor, so she'll send Etienne in initially.
Okay.
He'll put his hands up and he'll walk down.
Okay. So they see him. This man here has a sword and shield out, stands to one side. This guy has a bow trained on Etienne. Etienne, what do you do or say, please?
So, full on charm, he will explain exactly what Neathanel just said.
What language?
Oh, God, he hasn't got the language, has he? He'll try several. He'll try Thebronic, he'll try Westron.
Okay, let's...
And he'll try Elbathon and whatever Tart Telman is. I don't know, I think.
Okay. Give me a roll, please.
$70.
70? What's his charm?
Plus 73.
Wow. Okay. So Etienne comes out, hands up, comes down, and he starts kind of going through his languages. They don't seem to understand Westron, but this guy here and one of the other guys here, well, not actually, they're probably not involved in the conversation because this is whispered. You're not shouting this. Does seem to understand some Thebronic. What do you say, Thebronic?
Reiterate what Neathanel had said, really. So exactly why they're coming. They are allies of Ningwin. They were asked to visit her. We see her under attack. Can we help?
This guy here, who seems to be in charge, says something to this guy, and the guy with the bow says to Etienne, describe quickly the 6 companions that came to Ningwin.
So he'll give a description of a very tall Arab lady, a very bulky, blonde-haired swordsman, an elf bow person who I think fought off some of the creatures that came into your kitchens. And he'll give a rough description of Nicholas and the rest of the party. So, and Grey, a man often stripped, a beastmaster stripped to his waist, always got his nipples out, etc., etc. He'll give a full description of each one and their hair colour and their eye colour and all the rest of it.
Okay. And which one of those was this woman, Tanya? Is the last question.
Tanya is an elf maiden. She is the one who you would have seen with a bow. Her name is Tanya Anastasia. She is Lawson Anastasia's daughter, who is an old friend of your mistress, Ningwin. They were known to each other. I know that Tanya was very emotional when she was here, seeing an old friend and having learned of her father's death.
Okay. So that seemed to do it. And also the 70 that you rolled on plus of 75. So the guy that you can communicate with, the bowman, says, we have we'll have to risk it. Bring your companions forward. You said there are some more. Tell them to come out with their hands up and their weapons sheathed, and let's speak.
Gets friend. Okay, so Etienne will jog back, let Neanthranel know, and tell them exactly what has happened, and tell them to come out with their weapons sheathed, and their arms free of their weapons. And he seems to think that they've relieved him that we are allies.
Okay.
Sorry, before he does, Etienne says to the guy, you know there's a passage that goes the other way around here, and there are 2 mercenaries on the other side?
We assume they're everywhere.
I'm letting you know they could come behind. Anyway, he goes on. I'll get my companions.
Okay. Anything other than coming forward, assuming you do, anything that characters do, don't do, anything I should know about?
No, just follow their instructions.
Okay.
I assume we can keep our bows strung, but arrows away.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So these guys, Demos and Keros, any actions, anything I should know about?
No.
Keros will just stay with the team. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So the party comes forwards as weapons hands up, weapons sheathed, etc. I mean, these 4 men are very much on edge. Clearly, the 2 here come back some way back down the tunnel and have a conversation with you. Who here speaks either South Tongue or Thebronic, please?
Mithan speaks South Tongue to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Leif speaks Thebronic to 5.
Okay.
Neanthranel knows Thebronic to 4. Etienne knows Thebronic to 8.
Okay.
Oh. Demos knows
Keros is none.
to 6. Sorry, Alex. Demos is Thebronic to 6 and South Tongue to 3.
Okay. All right. So enough of you can either follow along or contribute to the conversation. And the conversation goes... oops, a daisy. Goes as follows. After, suspicions, who are you, etc. The guy with the sword and shield, whose name is Dagran, explains in a hurried tone. So you can see over here, and he points, there's a collection of swordsmen and spearmen. They've already tried rushing us once. They killed 2 of our companions here. There, and you see these 4 men ducking and kind of hiding down behind here. So they're not standing where they are, it's just simply where the tokens are. There's suddenly, as speaking, there's kind of a whiz and a crack, and you see here a crossbow bolt come in and nearly strike one of these guys. That's why they're taking cover. So, and every now and then an arrow or a crossbow bolt kind of comes in around this area here. So the 2 gentlemen who are hiding here are taking as much cover as they can, but are coming under bow fire. He says there's several bowmen in and around here. 1, 2, 3, a few more perhaps. There's 4 spearmen or swordsmen on the bridge, and you can just make out, he says, over there, where quite a battle took place. Up on the heights, and you can see just up here, are some of our men. And they've pinned down a group of these swine on a small island over here. There's several of them, including, we think, our mistress over here. That was the last we saw of her. She drank something out of a decanter that she's had in her room for some time and was not looking well when we last saw her some 10 minutes ago. Our bowmen managed to get up on the heights up here and have basically got this area here pinned down. They're good shots, and anybody coming to or throw is definitely within their range. Further on and further up the back, of the Water Gardens, we think there are definitely some more of these scum. Quite a few more. So they are separated. We have some here in front of us. There are some over by the bridge that you mentioned over here. There are some on this island. We think with our mistress the last time we saw. And there are some further up the back. But they are separated. Our bowmen have everybody locked down and are able to pick off anybody with pretty accurate bow fire that comes into this area here. But we've had a stalemate for the last 5, 6 or so minutes. What do we do? When they asked that question, 2 questions, well, a comment from the GM, he's going to head out and get yet another drink. Second question is, it's 2:30. I'm happy to keep going. I'm happy to wrap it up. Have a talk, have a chat, and our GM will come back and attack.
I won't be able to continue. I've got friends
Yeah.
here, so I'll head off. But cool. Nice to have some help.
I reckon it's a good place to us to think about what to do next, right?
Mm.
Maybe we jump on the back channel and come up with a plan.
Yes, maybe we get...
Yeah, great.
Yeah, maybe it would be good to get another explanation again, just to... Oh no, I suppose we can watch the video once it's posted, actually.
Yeah, but it sounds like to me that other passage is a good way in, right? So, because we can take the 2 out on the other side, and then there'll be the bowmen. They'll actually be positioned between us and our new friends.
Yep.
So we can, classic
Well,
pincer movement.
Well, if the bowmen are being able to pin them down, then yeah, if we at least go and take those 2 that are standing out where we can get a clear shot, take those 2 down.
And then...
Thing is, we want to be able to give the message to the bowmen that we're friends.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to advance before that, but I mean, we could take those 2 out initially, and then, obviously we might be able to fire upon the bowmen who have got them pinned down here. Does that make sense?
So sort of just take them out from bits and pieces. Yeah.
Yep. Chris, a few of us have got to go.
So are we wrapping up there, guys?
I think so, yeah. It'd be handy. I think it's a good sort of place to leave it too.
Cool. Very good.
Does that work for you, Mason and
Yep.
Yep.
Alex?
Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Chris, would it be possible to get a kind of, I don't know if it's some sort of overview of where we are, so we can think about it?
Yeah. I'll send you through like a top-down view of what you can, of what your characters know. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Okay.
Cool.
That was fun. Thank you.
It was really cool. Good to advance.
Yeah. That was a good
great
session,
game.
wasn't it?
Excellent.
Yes, that was so good. I feel like we've made lots of progress.
Yes. It's cool.
All right. Tune in this time. Next time. When
is next time?
Let's have a look.
Is it this Wednesday?
I can't remember. Is it? I think it is.
Cool.
Is it?
Well, it can be. You just say it is.
Yes, it is.
I have it. I have it in my calendar.
23rd. Yes, it is this Wednesday. Tune in this Wednesday.
Amazing.
Nice one.
Cool.
Can I just say Vader to Neathanel for that ambush strike and the sneaking.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What about the ice bolt, though?
Great.
The ice bolt was fantastic. The ice bolt.
But it wasn't a clean kill, though, was it?
Well,
I mean,
but yeah, it was great. But just it was the.